Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Forgive me, I need to leave more room when I'm coming to sit down. But either way, I'm here. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. And today is April 26, 2021. Today we have the full moon in Scorpio, which is pretty intense and emotional. So if you're feeling that way, or if you have been, because it can lead up to the moon and then after for, gosh, the effects of this full moon can be upwards of 6 months or longer. It just depends, you know, there's so much to it. So yeah, that's happening. Actually, it's happening. The moon was in Libra, and I think it's changing literally in the next 5 minutes into Scorpio. And then 11:31 or so p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight, the full moon will be very, very visually, noticeably full. It's called the blood moon. It's once a year. We get our, each sign has their full moon, and this is a beauty. And we are reading for the featured sign today, the last sign for the second half of the month readings, Pisces. So it's very, very prevalent, very appropriate that I would be reading for the fellow water sign of Pisces during a pending full moon of the water sign of Scorpio, because this is you revel in the whole aspect of emotion. This is how you navigate Pisces, and you are notoriously the symbol of the two fish, swimming in opposite directions, kind of that mutable, changeable currents of life, tides, seasons, different cycles of life that continually happen, come hell or high water, they're going to happen. And at least up to this point, I mean, who knows anymore? Things could change overnight or in a second. So up to this point, the moon will rise at night, the sun will rise in the morning, and so forth. And so all of that has a definite effect on every one of us, and some of us feel it more than others, particularly when it comes to the water signs and the moon. They are very in tune with the vibrations and the energies and the depth of their feelings. Pisces is a very, very emotional sign, extremely sensitive, very, very caring, nurturing, loving, compassionate, extremely creative, very wise, an old soul. You are the 12th sign, and I always want to say thank you for waiting. But of all the signs, I think that that's doesn't ruffle your feathers at all, even though you're a fish. It's you're fine with it. Those things don't matter, and I'm grateful for that, because I will say though that I felt it before I came in to do the readings. I do have a Pisces rising, and I've had a lot of emotional issues in the last couple of days. Now, how we receive those, or how we perceive them, or how we react is always going to be up to us. Mine, I'm just going to be real with you and talk a little bit about myself. Mine happened with my cat, my kitty, my beautiful kitty I adopted not quite a year ago. My last cat was a female. I still do that. Eclipse will be a year around maybe May 10th or 11th. It's never exact when you adopt. I adopted him June 17th, which is right in between the 3 eclipses of last year. So I named him Eclipse, just before the Cancer eclipse on the 21st of last year. Wow, that's already going to be a year. So I'm kind of ruminating about that right now. But yeah, so we've had some emotional things, because he's such an amazing, beautiful soul that, obviously we're supposed to have met, and I learned so much, but he's been doing stuff that's been really disruptive, and it just affects me. So I had a really good cry this morning, got it out of my system, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. He got into my plant, and he's starting to do the thing with the plants. Now, a plant is a living thing. I've had my plants for 18 plus years. And I was like, no. And then I was in meditation, and I cried, and I just said, I need help. I don't know what to do, And I realized, okay, so you get rid of your plant, you give it to a friend, Sometimes you have to do that, you know, you have to make these choices, you know, they are emotional. And then all of a sudden I came downstairs and like, I could cover it with foil. Hello. A tip for the day. I do a tip as much as I can every day. If you have a cat that's getting in your stuff and you know, the more it seems like you say no, they're like, oh, cover it with foil. See how that works for the time being. I think it's working so far. So anyway, I digress and I apologize. But yeah, emotions are going to be heightened today. And they don't have to be with a cat. They are with relationships though, because, Scorpio is very, very much about love and the depths of everything, ruled by Pluto, just like going deep, going down into the dirty and being honest, bringing forth truth, whether we want to see it or not. And that's important too, right? Clearing the way for better times, transformations in a positive, uplifting way is what I choose to believe and see from this. So yeah, if you're experiencing some sensitivities above and beyond what you normally do, Pisces, it could very well be that. And it's just a growth. It's another way of growing. It's a culmination when it's a full moon. The new moon in Taurus will be May 11th, I believe. Whole new beginning to be able to start and really plant those seeds, because the ground is the earth and it's very complementary to you as a water sign, Pisces. And lastly, we're in Taurus season. So this has really been about moving forward in ways that are going to be substantial and permanent and safe and secure and, working for it, but just being, diligent and really trusting in what your ability is to grow and to nurture and to create whatever it is you need to, because like I said, you're very, very creative, Pisces. But let's see who your highlighted connection is for today. The highlighted connection is the sign or situation or time or energy that you're going to be feeling predominantly with the spirited guided roll of the dice. And I pick 3 major categories in regards to this highlighted. And then I go on to read the oracles, divinations, and a rune that can be for all of the Pisceans in the world and all of your beautiful connections, of which I know you have many. People gravitate towards you. You're a very loving, loving soul. And you're wonderful to have around. And you have Capricorn. And I love it. And I feel like I've done that at least the last 2 months for you, because it works really, really well. And because of that grounded energy, which as a Pisces fish that's, kind of swimming duality, kind of going with the flow and everything, and usually up in the spirit world, 9 out of 10 times, 1 foot on the ground, perhaps 1 up there, depending on how many water, planets you have in your natal chart. I just say that I love this for the 2 of you, because you really, really work well together and complement each other with your differences in ways that really are an attribute. They really work well, and I like that. It's complementary for sure. So we have, like I said, this season of Taurus through May 20th that's already been in full force. And now it's great for Capricorns, and it's great for water signs. So I feel like this is a time when a couple of really important things have come for each sign. These are just my intuition kicks that come in, a little psychic energy that comes through. And then I read the, symbolisms from my beautiful tarot divinations and such. But what I feel is there's a lot of interest in putting forth the energy in a very methodical kind of way that's going to get you where you need to go, not rushing, not feeling like you're, have a time constraint, like this Aries energy that we had just gotten out of, and that new moon in Aries that happened last month, which is extremely powerful, very, very much about new starts, new beginnings, action, spirit, energy. We all needed the energy, right? We kind of came out of the winter season and where we all kind of hibernate. It's just a natural thing for our bodies to do. And then the spring and the sun and the longer days, and you thought, wow, I'm starting to feel like my momentum is growing and it's beautiful. So I'm going to put this idea here and I'm going to start this, and all that's beautiful. And I think a lot of you have already done that. And now you're fine tuning. And now you're really putting your creative touch into it in ways that you know will last, that will improve it, but not like crazy, just like small little shifts, you know, that add to the bigger, the better cause. Relationships as well. You know, my love connections readings has to do with all forms of love and relationships. So it could be a very predominant one you're in right now, Pisces, with this Capricorn. I've seen it many, many times throughout the years as I do my readings and my counseling with clients. Yeah, you get each other, you're there and you're supportive of each other, you're incredibly loyal, you're incredibly loving, you know, and those Capricorns, they can fool you. I mean, they're more reserved. And, you know, they're going to be a little more quiet about their emotions and their feelings because, you know, they're down, they're in the earth, they're getting things done, they're working hard, but they're very much, they love love. They want love. And they want somebody like you, Pisces, that's going to really show them just what it's like to be vulnerable and to really care in the degree that you do. So, you've got the mutable aspect. Your more modern ruling planet, Pisces, is that of Neptune. So a lot of times it adds to your creativity, definitely, but it also can make things a little hazy. Sometimes that strong, beautiful gift of intuition you have and ability to, you know, see things before others do, feel situations, know, you know, put your pulse on the part of life where, you know, you just know a trend is coming way ahead of time. People are like, whoa, that was spot on. How'd you know? Well, you just sit and you feel it and you know it. Sometimes with Neptune, though, depending on the angles and so forth that I won't get into astrology-wise, it can kind of cloud your perceptions and your intuitive so that you're not 100%. And as a Pisces rising myself, I noticed that last year. I just was so focused on sitting still and not letting the outside chatter and noise outside of me affect my ability to really understand and feel what it is that I knew for myself was right or true. So yeah, but otherwise it's a beautiful influence for you. And Neptune's all about imagination and, you know, creativity. Like I said, it's the underworld, it's the mystical parts, which you know you love. I certainly do. I've always been drawn to it. You're a chameleon, you can do all sorts of things. You can, you know, help people in so many ways, and you do. The main thing for you, Pisces, is to keep that balance. And as an empathic soul that you are, not to take on too much and to know when to stop, to know when to set those boundaries, okay? Because people will come to you. Oh yeah, they will. They love it. Who wouldn't? Pisces will listen to me. Pisces will do this for me. Pisces, you know, I need the help. I need this and that. That's great. And you love it. That's what you do. That's your purpose here. But, you know, just make sure you don't do it to a point where you can't do it anymore. Unless that's what you choose to do. I'm not trying to be on a soapbox for you, but you know what I'm saying. And that Capricorn will definitely support you. And they will work hard. And you don't have to do it all yourself. And that's something else. There's a lot of independence that comes with actually both of these signs. But together you can be extremely strong, a hugely strong force that works with each other and builds. Because that Capricorn is the cardinal. They don't fool around. They're constantly wanting to build and succeed and do things, and they're great with money, and they love the idea of luxury and success and, you know, things they can feel in the material world. That's huge to them. They are on the ground. They're grounded people. You know, they love nature. They love garden. They love planting those seeds and seeing them continually grow and being patient in the process. Never doubting the ability of the unknown and the unseen to actually be happening at all times, which it is. So let's read the 3 major category messages for you and this beautiful highlighted connection. If you're not understanding this particular Capricorn connection, you may meet somebody still, or, you know, it may be somebody in your family or the people you're not necessarily thinking because you're focused on romance. Doesn't have to be that kind of love. And it may be nobody. So hopefully a lot of you will resonate with this connection. It could also just be that strong determination of a grounded energy of an earth sign, okay? Because we're in Taurus season and you're just feeling really strongly a part of the energies right now, which are being brought for all of us. It wouldn't surprise me, of course, because you're so in tune to that. The first category is always the overall energy bringing you to this reading. And you have, I love this has come up several times in my mid-month readings. Might have been part of the first half of the month readings too. The Six of Chalices. There you are. There are the feelings. There's the love. There's the compassion. There's the emotional side of things, you know, and the sixes are about balance. They're about everyday situations, balancing work life and love life, you know, friendships and, you know, family and all the variables that we do every day and need to do to keep ourselves afloat, or to just, you know, to be able to sustain what it is that we've put forth and created to this point. And the six is always happiness. It's always that nostalgic thing, which is emotional, which is what the full moon does. You know, it brings back memories at times for things that meant so much to us, people we used to hang out with and don't, or whatever. I don't know. We go on those tangents a lot of times. The moon will do that. It'll bring forth the illumination of important things in our lives we don't necessarily focus on, but sure enough will come up to the surface, especially with Scorpio, you know, bringing out the truth of what it is that really matters to us. And what have we been neglecting, and who haven't we been in touch with, and who do we need to make amends with? You can heal a lot of things, you know. And love is a huge portion of this right now. Love is extremely important. The intensity of love with Scorpio is pretty unparalleled. They're very sensual, very physically, heart and soul devoted, you know, to the depths about love. So, and you have those emotions too, but yours are a lighter kind of energy. You know, yours are really more about others and people, other circumstances. How can you reach out to others, Pisces? Scorpios is about, this is how I feel and this is how I will express it because I know no other way. And it's never, you know, gray. It's black or white. They're a fixed sign. So, I don't know. This is a good feeling though. It's like things are starting to feel emotionally right. This connection you have is really making you realize that, yeah, this is what I need. I need that stability. I need that grounded energy around me. And I appreciate the fact that we do see things in different ways because we learn and grow from that. The pink color represents, you know, just the softness and the emotions as far as I'm concerned. And it could have to do with, you know, definitely the passion and the intensity of your dreams and your creativity in the second chakra. But that's beautiful. That's a beautiful overall energy. And if you have not looked or seen your beginning of the month readings, I always suggest that you do that and just compare, okay? Because it's been some amazing readings and very strong information that is pretty commonly repeated, okay? Certainly emotions, but definitely a lot of swords, because there was a predominance with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius this whole year. That's our thoughts, and that's our information. This is a huge time of information and creativity and being able to express better and to vocalize things and to be seen and heard, you know, and to stand up for what we feel and to have that communication we need in our relationships that is going to better, because without good communication, it definitely causes for more challenges, you know, it just does. And the ability to be able to work on that and improve that, not being right or wrong, but just working together and more flexible is really a key thing, certainly this year and onward, with a lot of air influences for many years to come. So let's go on from the major, you know, overall energy, which is basically the catalyst to this reading. And like you said, you may feel it today. You may have already started to feel it, knowing you, Pisces, because you're always kind of ahead of the trend. But you can also feel it for a week or two after this. And so if you don't feel it right now, you know, give it some time, or, you know, hopefully the next one will be more resonance with you, have more resonance. The second category is the overall possible blessings or obstacles that's come your way. This is in the exact same position as yesterday's. It was Aquarius and Libra highlighted. And it was in the same, like I said, second position of possible blessings or obstacles. And here you go. It's the Ten of Swords. It's feeling like you have been absolutely, completely depleted and just done, as they say, you know, over concerned, overstimulated in the mind. And, you know, they say air signs are incredibly overthinkers. You know, we determine everything through our thoughts, and, you know, we strategize and we try to be as logical as possible. And the heart and the emotions, we kind of stuff those down and detach ourselves from that so we can really focus on the best way to move forward through our mind, expansion, education, you name it. But you too, Pisces, can have a way of just thinking over time as well, even as a water sign. So there is that commonality with you. The reality about the 10 is it's a new cycle. It's changing. All of these over committed to your mind thoughts and conversations that have been going in circles and never really got anywhere, or affected you in ways that made you not feel happy or, you know, emotionally stable, that's ending. Okay, this is not needing to happen, and it can happen quickly, or it can happen as quickly as you would like it to. So allow this full moon to be a great precipice to culminate and end that kind of thing, where your mind doesn't take over and you can just simply sit and take time to stop, regenerate your emotions. You know you need to do this as a water sign, and just focus on the heart chakra right now. You're hugely familiar with that, so you're way better off. Like I mentioned about my upset, you know, I just let myself cry. I let it go to my heart chakra, and the answers come, and you clear things out that way too. It's a form of, you know, purging, and that's always important, to be able to clean out the whole, you know, body, mind, and soul kind of energy. So that's cool. I mean, it's interesting. It's the same exact card, but I guess it's needed to be said for everybody. Don't overthink. Don't necessarily believe everything you hear, okay? And if it's really negative, don't listen to it at all, for heaven's sakes. You know you get really sensitive about that. And you take on other people's feelings, and it doesn't feel good. The final category is that of finances, and you have the 7 of coins. I love this. Here's the Capricorn influence. Here's the earth element of Taurus. This is working hard and recognizing just how far you've come and how much work and energy and time you've put into things. And I know both you and Capricorn, Pisces, can be workaholics. Straight up, simply said, you know. There's a balance that needs to be made in that. That's the 6th. Taking time to enjoy each other's, you know, relationships, and taking time away from the office and having that vacation time now. A lot of people are planning that. I've been hearing that. I myself am actually going to be going away for the first time in over 3 years for a little staycay, if you will, you know, over Mother's Day weekend, couple days. And it's like an adrenaline shot. It is making me so excited and happy. We all need to do that. So yeah, you know, you're at the 7. That's a feat in itself. And 7 is about working through our challenges. It's a spiritual number. It's a heavenly guided number. It's a very lucky number. Just keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing the right thing. And if you're pensive and you're thinking, wow, what could I do to even improve upon what's happening? Well, believe it. Take time off to not overthink or stress, because stress will immediately take away the energy of abundance. It just does. It's a block, simply put. But I like this a lot, and I think the two of you together are working in tandem to make things better and more comfortable. You know, not to stress or think to yourself, oh, we could run out, or, you know, who knows about what's going to happen. Never focusing on the what's and the ifs, but just what's happening moment by moment. Present moment is really essential in what I believe this card is saying. You're hardworking, and you know you can take a break and still know that the universe will provide. Okay, but this is good. This is substantial. It makes me feel like there is solid reasons to feel that you will accomplish and continue, because you've done so well. There's only 3 left to the 10. 10 is the ultimate, right? And you're over halfway there. So that's a very beautiful reading with some real important guidance that's going to really make a difference in how you perceive it, as I said, or, you know, how spiritually inclined you are to allow the emotions to give you the answers that you need, okay? Not overly emotional, but just in the heart chakra area. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to now add the rune, which I absolutely love because it's been spot on with so many of the readings. It's an amazing oracle that's been around for many, 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 many years. So I asked for this bag of runes, and I got it. Whoa, this one just popped right out. I've never had that happen. And it's an arrow, okay? This is pointing up because that's what I like to see. This is about wishing upon those stars and knowing you can do it. And you can persevere and everything will happen exactly the way you believe it will happen. As long as you allow, you know, divine timing to be a part of it, okay? And not feeling like you got to rush or, you know, you have to know exactly how, right? I'm going to set that right on the second category of the possible blessings or obstacles. And I'm going to read to you what it says. The picture is on the back, so it lets me know the name of the rune. So that beautiful arrow is called Tiwaz. I'll say Tiwaz or Tiwaz. It's number 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8 in numerology. And that's all about power, all about abundance, and incredible manifestational powers. It's a gorgeous, wonderful number, and I love it, and I've always loved it. And I love numerology because it's also pretty fascinating how the energies of numbers affect us in ways. And I mean, it's just, it goes on and on, right? All these studies are phenomenal, and they're based on science, okay, and mathematical aspects, or I don't even know how to word it, but you know what I'm saying. It's not just woo-woo, okay? This is centuries and centuries of physics and you know, science and stuff. But I'll read to you what it says. And I already like the fact that it's a 7 or 17. So we'll go in here into the English definition. And it says, Taiwaz. Well, first of all, the time period, the word is sword. Sword in, you know, tarot is the mind again. Utilizing the minds in the way that are going to be beneficial and expansive and creative, and that can help others and you know, and share the knowledge and the teachings, if you will, the wisdom that you have so strongly, Pisces. And it also says between February, fabulous, the 28th of February and the 14th of March, which just happens to be your birthday season. So this is no coincidence. Spirit has a lot to share with you and wants you to know they're with you. They're definitely backing you up and supporting you always. And I know that many Pisces watching this, and a lot of Pisces don't watch my channel because they already get it. But if you're not aware of a lot of these things and you're still really new at understanding or hearing these messages, that's pretty right on. Okay, it's your time, all right? And just so happens this year during your time, everything was in retrograde. It was all about introspective, all about really, really knowing and focusing on what was going to work for you. And by the way, every 12 years, you know, Jupiter, the benevolent, incredible, life-changing luck opportunity, which used to be your ruling planet historically, before they modernly decided it was in Neptune, so I say both, is going to be in your sign next year. So you're just prepping up for it this year. You have a little taste of it between May, I think May 14th or something, and July whatever. So that's pretty special, and that's right around the corner. And so during your time with Taiwaz, it says, honor, power, drive, target, reach. There's that arrow. Target reached, whatever it is, and you decided it's happening. It's a yes. Victory, clarity, intrigue, thwarted. In other words, all the BS and the controversial things you hear about, you know, and we don't necessarily want to take in, but we do anyway, right? Thwarted, out of your way, not important. Evil is avoided and conquered. Be aware of envy, malice, and revenge. Now, that's a certain percentage in life. Just being alive and breathing can attract you to that. If you have a channel or you're out in the public eye, it chalks it up a little more, so on and so forth. You just do your healing and you do your, surround yourself with the white, loving, healing, golden light. And you would just be amazed at how something that simple, it wards it away. It just does. And that's another tip, because I've been using that for years. As a school bus driver for special needs for years, I would do this every morning, bless the bus. Anytime we broke down, it was either right at the yard, right when I would drop them off. It was just, it's real. It's a real deal. You just need to ask and utilize it, right? So I love that. This is absolutely perfect. I think enough is said about that. I am going to read the oracle messages for finishing the reading for you, Pisces. And this is the beautiful Starseed Oracle. And I love it because it's gorgeous and because we're all starseeds and we are all connected and we are part of this huge, beautiful consciousness that we can make such incredibly wonderful outcomes from. We really have that ability. It's being shown and over and over again, and the more that love and the more that put forth the energy of wanting to see united, wonderful, fair, justice kind of, society and life, that's what's going to win. And love is a huge part of that. So your particular beautiful message, child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. 12th sign, the most knowledgeable, the old soul. How perfect is that, Pisces? Look at this beautiful, beautiful picture. And if I can see all Pisceans that I know. Just literally just sitting and just being one with and just being, basically. And allowing, just allowing. I'm going to read you what it says specifically. Child of the cosmos. Love it. There's a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. The currents. That intelligence is within you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist the force than it is to surrender to it. Because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within every one of you and every one of your cells. To remember that you're a precious child of a loving, gentle universe. That you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities there ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. The starseed inquiry is, how do you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Whew! That's pretty much it. I mean, that's everything, and it's absolutely perfect. It's so incredibly beautiful and absolutely perfect for you, Pisces. I don't know, that really, it really affects my energy to read that for you. And I hope you understand that and really know that as well. The final category, or the final oracle message, is going to be my super attractor manifestation, where you do your thing as the cosmos child and you allow whatever life force, whatever ideas, whatever creative endeavor into existence, because you feel it and know it, and therefore it is. And it's the law of attraction, right? It's something we all do, whether we know we're doing it or not. And you can navigate that. You can make it be what you need and want it to be. Love this one. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. That's a key thing, right? Busy, 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 doing this, doing that. But when we slow down, we allow it. We allow the guidance to come to us. It happened to me today. I got out that foil, man. I know it's simple, but it matters. So I love and appreciate all of you. I hope you're doing well and don't get too overly emotional. You know how loving you are. Love yourself. And I hope you thrive in all of your relationships. And come back again sometime and see me, okay? I guess I'll leave it at that. Until next time, thank you and bye for now.